Authorities in the German district of Guetersloh are extending a partial lockdown by another week, hoping to curb a major coronavirus outbreak at a local slaughterhouse. Shops are allowed to stay open, but cinemas, gyms and bars have been closed. Residents of the district are also facing restrictions on travel within Germany. New infections in Guetersloh are falling, but are still above the level at which regions are supposed to take action. The regional governor says increased testing shows that new infections are almost entirely confined to employees of that meat processing plant. Well, let's go to Berlin now to speak to our reporter Jessica Saltz for more on this story. Morning to you, Jessica. So authorities clearly, taking it seriously, increasing the number of tests available for people in the region. But what has been the reaction from people living there, hearing that this lockdown is going to be extended by yet another week? Are they disappointed or are they sort of confident in the measures that are being imposed?
Well, Rosie, I think many residents are becoming increasingly frustrated. This is Germany's only region under lockdown, and especially frustrated in the municipalities under lockdown where coronavirus cases have been proven to be very low, but yet, of course, people's livelihoods are affected by ongoing lockdown measures. This actually prompted one resident to try and sue local authorities over what he said the lockdown measures being too restrictive. This was actually dismissed by a local regional court. Guetersloh residents are also saying that all it takes is having a Guetersloh number plate on your car to be treated rudely and dismissively if you try and leave the region and travel around to other parts of Germany. So I think Guetersloh residents would like to see the lockdown end as soon as possible. But of course, this is part of Germany's so-called handbrake measure to try and contain the virus to local areas and to local regions and stop the spread of the outbreak. Over the last week of the lockdown in the region, 671 new cases of the virus were confirmed, and although the vast majority of these were either workers at the meatpacking plant or people associated with them, there were 107 of those cases were from people within the Guetersloh area and city who actually had nothing to do with the meatpacking plant at all, and most of them were completely symptomless. So this is why the lockdown will also continue, because authorities believe that widespread testing of residents in the area needs to continue to be able to maintain the spread of the virus. But obviously residents there hoping that it will end by the 7th of July after another week.
Jessica, thank you very much. Our reporter there in Berlin.